Are you looking to create a unique custom end screen for your YouTube video? Well, in this video, I'm going to walk you through step by step how you can create a custom YouTube end screen just like this that fits your brand and helps 10x your views, so stick around. All right, so if you don't have an end screen or you just don't want to spend the money to buy an end screen template, then I'm going to show you how you can create a custom end screen that fits your brand and keeps viewers engaged. And YouTube algorithm loves nothing more than to have longer watch time on your videos. And so an end screen can really help in this area. See, when you have an end screen, what you're able to do is you're able to help keep people on your videos longer. So once your video ends and you have that end screen there, it's going to redirect them to more videos on your channel. And that's what you want. You want people to constantly keep looking at your videos on your channel, because the longer that they are watching your videos, the more watch time that you get. And of course, the more watch time that you get, YouTube algorithm loves this, and this is really what can help you grow your channel. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to show you how you can create something that's custom for your brand, as well as an end screen that helps you to get more watch time. All right, so today, guys, I'm going to use one of my favorite design tools called Canva. And if you haven't heard of Canva, then you're really missing out, because this design tool is so very user-friendly. There's no tech skills needed to, create any type of design in this design tool. It's very easy to navigate through, and you can get a lot of professional designs by using Canva. And inside Canva, guys, I'm creating everything from my end screen templates all the way to, designs for my blog, for my YouTube channel. I'm creating, thumbnails, design posts for my blog, for my ebook. I create so many things inside Canva. And so if you're looking for a design tool that is very easy to use and you don't really need a lot of tech skills for it, then Canva is definitely the design tool to get. Make sure that you go down in the description. I've got a link down there to help you get, Canva, and so that you can start to design most of your designs inside this awesome tool. All right, so let's get started with designing your custom YouTube end screen template. All right, so here we are here. I'm going to start with a blank slate. This is exactly the way that I always do. And the most important thing that you need to find out here is the sizing that you need to start off with. So what you're going to start off with is 1280 by 720 pixels. Now, this is what I use, and it works just fine for me. If you think it's too big, you can make it smaller, but this is the size that I use to design my end screen templates on. Now, I'm going to start off with a blank slate, but what I want to do is I want to brand this more custom to my brand colors. And I know that my brand colors are, black, they're blue, gray, white. And so I like to use colors that fit that. So I'm going to go right here to elements, and I'm going to pick from some designs that's going to help me to create the background for my end screen templates. Now, once you click on elements, of course, it will allow you to do more shapes like these that are down here. But because it's my more recently used one, I can just easily click just a regular square box. And I'm going to change this color to black. And I'm going to use black for one box. And then I'm going to create another box that I have here. I can use the same one. Actually, I'm going to go back to elements. I'm going to click on this one. It's going to give me the same color. And on this one, of course, I think that I want to actually change this color because I want it to fit more of exactly what my brand color is. So I'm going to change this color right here to a blue color. And that's going to go along the right side over here. And I'm going to pull it out a little bit. I'm going to stretch it right here. I'm going to pull this here down all the way. I can move this over a little bit. I'm going to move this up a little bit. I'm going to move it here. Looks like that goes up underneath it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reposition this, and I'm going to put it where it comes forward. And then I'm going to move it to the side. Move this one over a little bit more. And this is truly a custom end screen because I'm literally taking you through the steps, not skipping anything, not editing this to a point where you can't figure out what's what. but I'm just going to move this all the way down here so you can see exactly how I'm laying this out. And this is one that I typically use, but I want you to see the layout of this. So this is quite simple right there. So one of the important things that you're going to have to remember when you're creating an in-screen template is that the template has to have certain dimensions, and the videos that show up on the end screen of the template have to be positioned a certain way. So what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to use some of these little sticks right here. I don't know if that's what you want to call it. I'm going to use these sticks. I'm going to change it to a bright color. And I'm just going to get about 4 of them, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a box, and I'm going to show you exactly how I'm going to create this, because I'm going to need about 4 of them. I'm going to move this down here, and I'm going to show you exactly how I'm going to determine how this box is going to look, because this is going to be important for what I'm going to show you. You may not understand it just yet, but I'm just going to create like this box, a large box. I'm going to move this up to the top, and don't worry about those pink lines. They don't mean anything. I'm talking about the thin pink one that shows up here. When I click on this and I go move it this way, there's a little thin pink line. It doesn't mean anything. See that thin little pink line? That means nothing. Not for what I'm using. So I'm going to move this going this way. Now, what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to show you a template that's really needed for you to be able to make this happen, because you have to place your videos at the end of your end screen in a certain way. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to use right here. And it's an end screen template. So I'm going to go to my uploads, and what I'm using is what's called an end screen template. And it's going to be used as a guide so that I can easily be able to make sure that the videos that will be on my end screen will be positioned correctly. So I'm just going to put this in the corner. I'm going to stretch this out and make it even, that it fits this right side corner. And in order to be able to make sure that this looks well, you're going to make sure that it fits just perfect, just like that. And so the purpose of having this template is so that when you're at the end of the end screen, YouTube only allows for clickable links to be inside of this little blue area. So this blue area where you see these stripes, this is where you can have clickable links. So those clickable links is going to be your subscribe button right here, and you're going to be able to get, 2 additional videos, possibly even 3, that you can fit inside of this square. So that's what you're going to put inside of this square box. It cannot sit outside of the square box. So it has to be directly inside here. So what I'm going to do is, in order to make sure that things are aligned correctly, I'm going to make this very transparent, and I'm going to go transparent enough to where I can see those pink lines that I created, because that's going to be very important. Right now, it doesn't match up to the template, and it has to match up to the template. So I'm going to stop right here, and I'm going to adjust all of these because it has to be done correctly. So I'm going to adjust this right here, and I'm going to move it out a little bit. And it looks like it's just needs a little bit of adjustment. It's going to go here, and then I'm going to move the other piece, which is this piece right here. I'm going to make sure that it sits out correctly. So I'm going to adjust it so that it's going to move all the way over here to this area right there. And then I'm going to move this other one all the way over to this area. I'm not sure if you can see this little blue line that's right here on the sides. It's like I'm making this nice little even border to help me stay within those blue lines. And so that's what you need to do. I'm going to pull this all the way back up. I'm going to pull this down a little bit more so that we can see exactly how this works and see everything is lined up correctly. Now I'm going to do the same for the bottom, and it looks like for the bottom all I have to do is pull the little pink line up a little bit more. So I'm going to pull it up right there. I'm going to stretch this out to this point, and I'm going to stretch this one out to this point, and I'm going to move it up just a tad bit. So I'm going to move this up just to that point. and then I'm going to move this down. This is exactly how you would be able to see the end screen. So now I no longer really need the template anymore. I can actually discard of it and we can work from here. So if you want to be able to get that template, you can get it down in the bottom of the description. It's really easy to use. It just helps as a guide so you know exactly where to keep your clickable links. So now let's finish this up. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add some elements here to help guide us along. So I'm going to go to element and I'm going to just use this little round shape right here as maybe, I'm going to use this round shape as the subscribe button. I'm just going to make it small for the moment right now. And I'm going to leave it over here. And then you can go to elements and you can click on any one of these, or you can type up here at the top, say for example, arrow. And if you know that you need an arrow to be able to point to something, you can write arrow here and you can click on it and it will bring you up just about any type of shape. So if I wanted to just click on shapes, I can go to this and scroll down and literally find just about any type of shape that I want. So they've got all type of arrows that you can use or any type of shape that you want to use. So for this right here, I'm going to just use what I normally use already, and that's going to be this arrow. I'm going to make it small and you can use any color that you want. Right now, I'm just going to, I need to flip it, that's for sure. And flip it again, horizontal. That may work a little bit more better. And I can also change the color of it, which I will do right now. And let's see, you can use whatever your brand color is, because that's obviously exactly what I like to use, which is my brand color. So I think I'm going to use a yellow, like green color type of color, which is quite bright, but I like it. And so I'm going to use this arrow, going to position this. Now the next thing that we want to do is we need to add some words. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add some text to this. And I'm going to add this right. I think I'll start with the small one. I'm going to move this up here. Move this out just like that. It's going to say, one of them will say, watch now. Or one of them will say, watch this, because that's what I typically have on mine, watch this. Or you can say, watch next. Next is probably more better, so you can watch next. And because watch next is not something that people will click on, it's definitely okay for it to be outside of this pink box, which is perfect. So now that we have this on one side that says watch next, then you can actually copy that. And you can add it to the other side here where you can add another one. And so I'm going to move this over. You can put YouTube suggest this because obviously YouTube does have suggested videos. So YouTube suggest can go on this side. And this works out perfect because obviously, you know, you can put whatever you want, but I'm making it very simple just because I'm doing a tutorial just to give you guys an idea of exactly how this is supposed to look. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of spread things out because you're going to have to put some videos on here. So what we're going to do next is we're going to find some elements that can basically be the shape of your video. And so I'm going to try using one of these boxes. I'm going to make it small. And you do not need a scale for this, like certain dimensions you don't need, because basically your YouTube videos are going to be somewhat of a smaller size. And if you want to use the template that I just showed you to guide you along, you can do that as well. But we're just going to make duplicates of this, and you can put the other one on this side. I think I'm going to change the color of this and make it black just for some fun. You can turn around and make it a different color. And I think I'm going to bold it. I think I'll bold this too. Okay, and so now that you have these two videos on this side, now we can go ahead and we're going to use this as the subscribe button. And the subscribe button can go down here. Now, one of the things that I'm noticing, because I want some things to be even with this, is that I want to be able to pull over the black just a little bit more because I want this to sit in the middle. So I'm just going to pull this over a little bit more, just like that, so that my subscribe button sits right in the middle. Then I'm going to pull over this arrow. I'm going to make it probably a little bit smaller too. And I'm going to add it right here. I'm going to move it up just a pinch, just like that. And I'm going to click to subscribe. So I'm going to add some text here. Again, I'm going to put it over here. And you can write something such as click to subscribe. So I'm going to do click to subscribe. And what I want to do is I want to use the same brand color. And so I'm going to use this color right here to be able to have as my brand color. So now you've got that nice yellowy looking color, and that should work out quite well. And so I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to change the font of this, and we can probably change it to New Sun Playful, and I'm going to increase the font size to this. I think I can make it a little bit bigger, which is 42. This is pretty simple, guys. You know, you can pretty much do this. Not very difficult at all. The last that we're going to have to add to it is our social media. And so if you're promoting Facebook, Instagram on here, then you definitely want to put your social media information. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to add one more text here, because it's going to go down at the bottom over here. And it's going to say, follow me on social media. And so if you want to add any of your social media stuff, then you can add it definitely on here. And you can also get the social media icons to, you know, add to the bottom as well. Follow me on social media. We're going to add the L. And if this works for you, great. You can also add these on separate text so that you don't have the space there. But I'm going to use what I just used a second ago. I'm going to add this here, New Sun Playful. And then lastly is we just have to add some icons. So I'm going to go back up to Elements, Photos. I'm going to put Instagram logo, and you can pretty much find that right here. So if I want to just use this on Canva, you can. A lot of these images you can use are free. So Canva is a free design tool for the most part. Yes, they do have upgrades, but even with the free design tool, you're pretty much good to go as far as pulling some of these photos out or images out that you need to use. So I'm just going to pull this one right over here. It comes out pretty big. I'm going to make it small. I'm going to move it over here, and it can just be one of the social media icons. Or you can actually put your exact information on there if you just want people to see exactly what the name of your channel is or what your, social media channel name is. So you can do that as well. So we're going to do Facebook logo, and I think I should be able to find one easily. You can use this right here. I can make it small, and that's it, guys. This is it. So once this is done, you're pretty much complete as far as creating, the YouTube end screen, and it is customized. So what we want to do is I just want to backtrack one quick second, because I want to go back to that template that I showed you, and I want you to be able to see exactly how things look. All right, guys, so let's pull this template back up. I'm going to click on this template. I'm going to put it in the corner. Everything should work just well. Now, you don't actually have to have your videos right where it's on the template, but this is just going to give you an idea that everything is going to look just perfect. So there it is. Everything fits inside that box, especially when you see it transparently. So you can see that everything that's clickable is going to be right inside this box. So that works out perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this. And from here, here's a trick that you may be interested in. I particularly do not like to leave these boxes when I do the final template. I don't like to keep these boxes. I actually like to delete them because I just think it looks better. I don't like to leave any type of background image. So I'm going to go ahead and delete these lines. I'm going to delete all 4 of them so that you can see exactly how this template is going to look, because you obviously don't want those lines when you render this actual end template. So when you add the end template, you want it to look very sleek and very clean. Because I actually know where my video is going to go, you can delete these as well, but just for the sake of the video so that it doesn't look so plain, I'm going to leave them right here. But typically I know that the little circle is going to go right here for my subscribe button. It's going to sit right along this border, and I know that the videos that I place on the end screen will fit right here on each side. So I typically delete them, but like I said, we're going to keep them here so that you can see the final end product. So guys, this is it right here. This can be a custom YouTube end screen template for you, especially with your brand colors. What makes this so great is that it's custom to you, and people love seeing customized brands. You know, they don't want to see something that you pulled off the internet or something that, you know, that other people have. And so when you have something that's custom to you, you can really design this how you want. You can delete this right here, which is a subscribe button, and you can add a third video right here if you want to, as long as it fits within those lines. The great thing about these end screens is that when people see them, they're more engaging than just something that doesn't fit your brand. So if you want to add a custom end screen, make sure that you do one that fits your brand. Now, if you're using Canva, you can go ahead and finish this out by hitting the download. I like to save everything as a PNG, and you can hit download right here, and you will notice that it's going to pop up right here in the left-hand corner. So I'm going to go ahead and open it, and there it is, your custom YouTube end screen template. All right guys, so if you like this video, then give me a thumbs up if you like what you heard, and also subscribe to my channel so that you can get more episodes just like this that's teaching you different tips and tricks to grow your online business. So if this is what you love doing, which is creating YouTube videos, then I also have another video that's called how to apply an end screen to your YouTube videos. So once you're done creating your custom end screen template, then you need to go ahead and apply it to the end of your video. All right guys, so thanks for stopping by my channel. Give me a thumbs up, like I said, if you like what you heard, and come back and check me out again. All right, see you on the next video.